Hello and welcome back to Tesla News. My name is Marian and I'm your host today, talking about the S-curve, guys. It is a growth story. We have seen it again based on the results in Q2, and we will talk about the S-curve and I will show it to you. For those who might not know what an S-curve is, you can just check that out, and I will explain what we have to look for in the near future and why Tesla will have one of the longest S-curves we have seen in the industry. So if you do enjoy my channel, do consider subscribing, and we will start right away now into this video. So we do have a growth of 122% compared to last year. And now, yes, there will be people saying, well, last year was Corona. Yes, of course it was. But even if the growth in last year, Q2, would have been 10-15% more without Corona, we would still have a growth of 100%. So I believe even without Corona, there would have been a growth of 100% at least. So it is a big growth story, because if you take into consideration that in 2019, the growth was 23%, this is the proof for the S-curve, because it all starts very slowly, and people have talked about the non-existing growth at that time, but they didn't understand that investments into new factories like in China can accelerate the growth really, really good. So we see a really nice growth in this year, and not only that, we could see a growth for the entire year of around 90 to 100%. So looking at that, we do see that initially at the beginning the growth is slowly, and then it's really picking up. And the reason why it will pick up next year even more is that we have 2 new factories launching. I mean, you have one new factory and you make it from 250,000 to 500,000, even though the second factory was not even fully working. Now we are at 500k, and we have further growth in Shanghai, and we could really see 900k to 1 million this year, because not only the car business growth, but we also have the energy growth. So this is the key here to understand the S-curve. It is about technology. It is about improving technology. And the best example is the Model S and the Model X. It was slowly starting, accelerating, really good sales, and then it was flattening out. Because it is a product at some point, even with over-the-air updates, it is getting older, and it is normal that the product is flattening out because you don't have any further innovation happening apart of the over-the-air updates. So at some point you have to create a second S-curve, and that is what Tesla did with the Model S and the Model X right now. And with sales of around 15k per quarter before the redesign, we can expect in third quarter or fourth quarter latest to have the same numbers at the same level again. So the importance here is, how can Tesla keep this S-curve or this growth as long as possible? We do see that with Amazon and Apple, but even Amazon is even better in that case. For an example, they buy into new industry, they go into new industry to keep the growth happening. And Tesla is not only a car company, so even if people are saying, well, the growth of the car business, EV business in 15 years is going to slow down. Well, 15 years, that would be 15 years of growth, and not only 2-3%, but more than that every single year. But Tesla is also concentrating on FSD, autonomous driving, where they could really make some money at some point in the next decade. And then the FSD subscription. This is all businesses that will thrive the growth of revenue. And at some point, and if you add energy to that, at some point the car business might grow by 2-3-4%. But at the end of the day, the general growth of the company might be 10, 15, 20%, because all the other section of the business are coming into play. So that is the key factor when it comes to advantages in the S-curve. And of course, a company like VW is already on top of the S-curve because they sell around 10 million cars per year. And of course, you're not gonna grow by 10, 15, 20% per year. That's not gonna happen. But what you can do is you can go into other businesses, other area of businesses, and with that push your growth because you're extending beyond the car business. And that is what car companies haven't done so much in the past decades. They have concentrated on the business where they were really familiar with in doing money. And now Tesla is coming along and they are working on so many other businesses. And just imagine, I mean, the growth of energy business in China. We know that Tesla is starting to go into that market as well. I mean, honestly, that is growth for the next 20, 30 years. And we are not even talking about India, the African market, South American market is not even in play yet. And there is still so much potential when it comes to the energy business. And of course, as well, the car business. So we do see that this growth that Tesla is starting to see right now is just the beginning. We have seen all these visions, all these points at the beginning of Tesla's story, and everyone could see, well, that could go into play, this could happen, and this is all going to connect. But this right now is not even the end of the growth story, it is just the beginning. So if we have the 2 more factories going online and they are producing cars, just imagine what impact that could have on the growth, considering that we are growing right now with only 1 addition of a factory and we grow already by 122%. So please let me know down in the comment section what your thought about that is. What do you think about the S-curve? And if you think this is a story that will tell how Tesla will grow in the next few years. I'm really confident that we will see many more successful years from Tesla, and that we are just at the beginning, because I think the attention that Tesla will get once they enter the European market in Grünheide, and of course with Austin, with the second factory, that will just further increase demand because people will see these great products. And just imagine when the full autonomous driving will start and Tesla will start with its own fleet producing millions of cars for themselves to earn money like Uber and other car companies without even having to pay a driver. I mean, this is going to be a cash cow, guys. So I'm really happy to have you all here. Thank you for all your support, and I wish you all a wonderful weekend. And as I said before, I will be in the vacation for the next 2 weeks, but I have prepared some stuff for you, so you're not gonna miss me too much, and I will have some nice videos prepared for you in the next few days. So take care, guys, and thank you very much for your support, and have a wonderful weekend. Take care.